sure if you don't know me. Uh, First off, I'd like to apologize for the way this is going to be put together. I've tried many times to polish it up, edit it, but all my files keep disappearing. So we're just going to do this in one take. And it won't encompass everything because there's a whole lot here, but it will cover a fair amount. In Kentucky, we've got something called Spark. S period, P period, A period, R period, K period. And SPARK is an acronym for Special People and Resources in Kentucky. And they're a lot like your local task force that every community has nowadays. We don't really have the federal government anymore. Every little town has been funded to the point that they've got their own little task force to deal with things. And this is basically just like a task force. It's even it's a lot like a militia. It's in particular in eastern Kentucky. And they are trying to combat drug abuse. Noble cause. Something's definitely got to give on that point. Problem is, when you start racking up federal crimes, and that's what's happening in my case. Started with federal tax fraud to the tune of $250,000 and has gone on to encompass many other federal crimes. So although they're maybe well-meaning, it just doesn't cover up what they're doing. And in an effort to keep me from telling about what they're doing, they have invested 3 years into terrorizing me to the point that at one point I would have preferred me being crazy than to have to deal with the reality of what was happening and the extent of it. It's been pretty hard, to be perfectly honest with you. But anyway, so Spark, if you've never heard of them, everybody that's in power in your town has. Your mayor, your chief of police, they're all part of it. In eastern Kentucky, anyway. Why wouldn't it be? Sounds like a good thing, right? But Kentucky's not only leading the drug abuse problem, it's leading in the rehab department. We're the biggest state rehab facility in the entire United States is located here in Kentucky. Just got in trouble with the FBI for fraud, which there's a lot of. Because if you've got money in Kentucky right now and you want to make more of it, the way to do it is invest in treatment programs. That's where the money is. And I'm talking good money. And along with that brings fraud and everything else, which is what the FBI just got on ARC for. But you've got entire counties across Kentucky that are funneling people into these programs, and rightly so, because incarceration doesn't fix the drug problem. But it's got to the point where it is being abused so much that something's got to give there. there's always good and bad with anything, but right now they're pushing things over the top on the bad. So these people are a lot like a task force, as I said, and they will. They're not above getting your hands a little dirty to accomplish their goals. And by dirty, I mean break the law. It's in your schools. It's what the DARE program was in the 80s, which was also something that did a whole lot of lying to the children, which just never looks good because once they get old enough to realize that you were lying to them, they're like, well, what else they were lying about? They're in your schools, and it's part of Kentucky's culture right now. But anyway, in an effort to silence me, I had my identity stolen, and I can't keep a social media account. If you try to look me up, you'll see that there's a bunch of me out there, but don't have many posts or anything on them because as soon as I start talking about it, they'll shut me down. By shut me down, I mean they'll take the Google account it's associated with and just not do anything with it. You know, they're not actively managing it, but they're taking it out of my hands. And the way that they've accomplished this, any of y'all that have a work phone, okay, that work phone is part of a managed program. So work has control over that phone. They can see what you do. They can choose what they let you do. They can choose which programs you can put on the phone. They can choose which sites you can visit when you're on that phone. That's what a managed plan does. Well, so for the last 3 years, everything I have had has been managed. At AT&T in particular, where most of this stuff has all happened, my personal phone account was taken over, and I was part of a business account now. And that allowed them to control me and who I could talk to and what I could say and those types of things. And same way with Google. Now, Google will tell you if you've got a .gmail, you're not part of a managed account. And while that is technically true, as long as you've got a .gmail account, somebody can come in there and open up a developer's account. And by having that developer's account, they can manage you. So I would contest that every Gmail account has the potential, 100%, to be managed. And you may never know it. So that's how that's accomplished. They're using the technology against you because they've got the knowledge of that side of it. And with the developer's account, they were able to employ the work side of it, which gives them the ability to manage it. Now they're getting ready to roll out the work side of it to everybody, but for the last 5 years it's been in development. It's not been rolled out to everybody. You had to sign up for it, but not if you were a developer. Once you were a developer, you were part of the system. So I, got all these developer accounts too, and I just have to say those guys are so smart, and it's not their fault that people are misusing the technology. It's on the federal government to enact legislation at this point to control these things, because somebody can develop an app for one purpose, but somebody else can take that app and use it for another. And that's what's going on. It's not like these people are putting out bad apps. It's that the way that the systems work, they're open sourced. And by that, it means everybody can contribute, and does. And that's how they come up with these things. It's through a collaborative effort. It's astonishing that they can do this. A collaborative effort of everybody to come together and do it. But you've always got that one that sees the way that they can get over on somebody or control somebody, and that's what's happening here. So you're wanting to know why am I so special? I'm not special. This is happening to people all over Kentucky. any rehab you go to, you will have people that will tell you a story real similar to mine. The difference is they didn't catch him doing federal crimes. And I did. And any time that you've got knowledge, people will try to silence you. Just say earlier this year when I got ran over in Louisville on Main Street, broad daylight, ran over. The police said they didn't have a record of it, even though an ambulance had picked me up on Main Street. It took me a month of talking to them and trying to get records to find out that they had they put it on a side street, but yet when I asked them, was there any calls from downtown, they'd say no, right? But I did find it listed as accident on a cross street. Good job there, Louisville. I was run over. Now, with anything, there's always two sides of it. Was I in the street? Absolutely, I was in the street. Wouldn't have got run over if I wasn't. But anyway, once silencing doesn't work, which is the point that they're getting to with me, they will start to discredit you, make you seem crazy so that nobody will listen to you. And I'm on that verge of it right now. That's where mine has gone, because the silencing's not working. Like, just like last night, okay? I caught them. They're on my router. They're on my phone. And I caught them. Listen to what this guy's got the audacity to call himself. God and Mrs. Claus. Now, if nothing else I say pisses you off, that ought to piss you off. God and Mrs. Claus. So I caught them stealing my stuff. And the way they do it now is they upload from Google to YouTube. And then they have all of your data. And if y'all don't know, your all's data tells everything. I mean, there's nothing it doesn't tell. The flip side of that is that data also tells that they're in it. This internet is not anonymous. I've been tracking these people for 3 years. Found them. And now we're in the process of dealing with them. Because it don't take very many steps after I go out my front door to be at their front door. That's all I got for today. We'll get to the rest of it another time.